In this episode, Richard says Inferno.
Inferno.
James says give over.
Oh, give over.
And Jeremy says it's idiotic.
It's idiotic.
Hello and welcome to Top Gear Conspiracies, the biggest automotive conspiracy theory in the world. Over the years, Top Gear, and Jeremy Clarkson in particular, caused a lot of trouble and controversies. To name a few, the show was accused of homophobia, animal cruelty, environmental damage, and systematic mockery of various nations like the French, the Dutch, and obviously the Germans.
I am so sorry.
But what if I told you that it was all just minor incidents, just like a clogged up road or a fire in a caravan park, and that the hosts could be behind something much more sinister? As Amazon couldn't be bothered for so long to release the new episode of the Grand Tour, I've been suffering from the withdrawal syndrome. So I've been rewatching the old Top Gear over and over and over. And I've noticed some strange coincidences, which, when I started to dig deeper, started to form a rather scary pattern. What I've noticed is that Top Gear visits to other countries often brought havoc and disasters that only got bigger and worse throughout the years.
Inferno.
Today, let's look at the first episode of this pattern, the one that seems to have started it all. We need to go back in time to the year 2004. Season 4 of Top Gear is released, and the very first episode of the series features Top Gear's first ever epic race. Jeremy drives an Aston Martin DB9 from the studio in Surrey to Monaco, while Richard and James go on the Eurostar and the TGV trains. This episode was released on the 9th of May, 2004. Later that month, Monaco, one of the safest places on Earth, was hit by its first ever bomb blast. The explosion damaged the main football stadium, home of the Monaco Football Club, but thankfully no one was hurt. The investigation determined that this was a deliberate attack, but no one claimed responsibility for it, and no culprits were ever found. You may think that's a coincidence, but how about this? Earlier that month, Monaco Football Club eliminated Chelsea in the semi-finals of the Champions League and advanced to the finals. What was a huge success for the team could have easily become a tragedy. It was a pure luck that no one got hurt during the blast. And it got me wondering. Could it be that the stadium bombing in Monaco was revenge for Chelsea defeat? This would surely require a properly mad Chelsea fan? Yes, Clarkson is a huge fan of Chelsea Football Club. He is even listed among the celebrity supporters on the club's official website. I guess this is how he managed to get Chelsea stars appear in one of the episodes of the Grand Tour. It is also no secret that Jeremy is obsessed with all sorts of weapons. And one kind in particular.
Bombs.
Fire in the hole!
So what was in those suitcases when you set off for Monaco, Jezza? And did James and Richard have to take them to Monaco for you because you couldn't fit them into the DB9?
It's idiotic.
Also, did Richard and James know what was in those bags? Because if they did, I think they would have been more careful. Although, knowing James' history with weapons, he might have known all along and just couldn't care less.
Oh, give over.
Well, you must admit that it all looks rather suspicious. Monaco's first ever win against Chelsea, Top Gear's first ever visit to Monaco, and the first ever bomb blast in Monaco that damages the stadium. Anyway, this is just the first piece in the puzzle, the first event that seems to have opened the gates of hell. There will be more coming in the next episodes. A lot more. So, do you agree with me, or do you think I'm talking rubbish? Let me know in the comments below, and feel free to share this video with your friends. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.
I think there were a number of very important points made in that film.